stop what you're doing and look at this. We're going to take you somewhere mind-blowing.
So pumped we did this.
One of the natural wonders of the world.
Soaked, absolutely soaked, but it's worth it.
Taller than Niagara, wider than Victoria Falls.
My God, it's breathtaking. Literally, it takes your breath away.
You've seen it in the movies, James Bond, Indiana Jones, even Black Panther. But never have you seen it up close and personal like this. And just when you think you've seen it all, our journey takes a serious turn.
We're going to go get a Brazilian tour. We're going to go get a Brazilian tour is what I meant.
It is our most stunningly beautiful, unforgettable travel adventure yet as we go chasing waterfalls.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Sean, and we're going to take you to the coolest place in all of Argentina in this episode of Window Seat.
All right, are you ready to meet this really strange, long-snouted trash panda that menaces South American tourists at lunch? Maybe even join us for a little celebrity sighting? Oh, and witness, hands down, the closest thing to Nirvana on planet Earth. We're going to get to all of that momentarily, but let's start at the beginning. Our adventure on the Brazil-Argentina border begins, how else, with turmoil.
That's some drama.
Oh, this guy is. He said meet him over here. We went and got our ticket. We went to meet him, and he was not here. Now, the car is gone, so I'm guessing he moved it. Where he moved it to and how long that takes is a different story.
Our tour guide had just dropped us off at the entrance to Iguazu National Park in Argentina and then ghosted us.
Don't know where he is. Hopefully he comes back because my passport's in his car and so is all of our other valuables. So, great way to start the day.
Thankfully, he did eventually return. We did get our stuff. A crisis was averted, and we were soon on our way to see what has been called the most beautiful waterfalls in the world.
We are here now. We are right here. So we have to walk into the train station. We're gonna take the train, and the train will go to the Devils station, okay?
Perfect.
We get that here, and we have to walk 1,100 meters. That's about 0.7 miles, 0.7 miles, yeah, to walk. Around, we walk to this point to look for the Devil Trail, and then we have to walk back again. So that's, you have to walk 2.2 kilometers.
With that fuzzy math out of the way, we were on our way through the crowd en route to see not just one waterfall, but a series of 275 of them. To get there, we have to board this jungle train. Destination, heaven on earth. As we chug along, let's share a few facts about where exactly we're headed. This place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site made up of 2 national parks. This one here on the Argentina side of the river and another a few hundred yards away in Brazil. Our first stop on this tour of arguably the most mesmerizing waterfalls in the world is a place with a menacing name.
Yeah, we're walking out to the Devil's Throat. It's a bit of a hike, but it's going to be worth it.
We had planned to choke that devil's throat and go straight for the tonsils by getting into a boat and riding right up this river and straight into the mist.
But the water level's low, and that could jeopardize our boat trip, actually, so that's a kind of a stinker. We'll see.
The Iguazu River may not seem that low, but these actually are not typical levels. There's not much water here. This river flows for 750 miles through Brazil before plunging 300 feet down a cliff just a few hundred yards downstream from us here at Iguazu Falls. And as we step ever closer to one of the most stunning beauties we've ever witnessed with our own eyes, it is impossible not to get hyperbolic.
We're still a few hundred yards away, but we can already see the mist coming up from the waterfalls. You can also hear the roar of the water crashing against the rocks below. The anticipation is building. We can barely stand it.
No, we're not going to over-dramatize it like that. We're excited. Definitely excited.
Starting to see lots of people come back soaked in water, which gives us a little taste of what's in store here, I think.
We're going to get wet today. I can hear the water, though.
Can't wait.
I love it.
Suddenly, off in the distance, we can see the mist rising off the river floor, and before you know it, the thunderous sound of 62,000 cubic feet of water falling every second. And finally, there it is, Iguazu Falls.
Breathtaking, literally. It like takes your breath away. When you look down into the abyss where you can't even see to the bottom, it's scary and it's exciting and it's beautiful. The water's blowing in your face like it's a rainstorm. It tastes kind of sweet, actually. You can taste I don't know what's in the water, but it tastes kind of sweet. I guess that's how they do river water in Brazil, but it's amazing.
Amazing really doesn't do it justice. Astounding, stupefying, bewildering. How do you describe a place like this? Hearing the roar of river water as it drops those 300 feet to the rocks below, gazing through the blinding mist that rains down on you like the most refreshing shower you've ever enjoyed. Overrated is a word that will never be used to describe Iguazu. No matter how much praise you heap on this place, it still is not enough.
And you don't hear that much about it. You hear about Victoria Falls or you hear about Niagara for sure, but I didn't really even know about Iguazu, and now I'm sure glad I do. This place is awesome.
Of all those 275 waterfalls at Iguazu, 14 of them are right here at Devil's Throat, forming a horseshoe. It also creates a rainstorm that will have you constantly wiping your camera lens with little success, so keep that in mind. If you forget, there are professional photographers with umbrellas and stepladders ready and willing to capture that perfect angle for a price.
So pumped we did this.
This visit was Sean's idea, by the way. He gets full credit, and the truth is, despite the multitude of movies filmed here, the Instagram fame it's gained in recent years, it still feels largely untouched. It's part of the appeal of coming to Iguazu. Imagine how cool it would be to actually get right up under those falls. Unfortunately, though, as our caravan of soaked sojourners starts the long journey back to the jungle train, it becomes clear we will not be able to do that. Our tour guide breaks the news the boat rides have been canceled, not enough water, so it's time to do what we've done so many times before in our world travels, call an audible.
We're going to go get a Brazilian tour. We're going to go get a Brazilian tour is what I meant, so that's where we're headed now.
So do we think that the Argentinian side or the Brazilian side will be better?
Everything I've heard is that the Brazilian side is prettier, so I'm anxious to see if that's true. It'd be hard to beat this on the Argentina side. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that Devil's Thumb was awesome.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
The beauty of this place, well, one of the beauties of this place, is that if you hop in the car and drive just a short distance, you are suddenly in a brand new country. So that's what we did, headed into Iguazu National Park on the Brazilian side. It is a massive, lush national park that soon reveals a stunning panorama of the falls that we haven't seen up until now, except for in the movies.
This part right here, real quick. Like this area here is like if you've seen the Indiana Jones movies, or the Crystal Skulll. Like that's where this all comes down right here, and same with Black Panther. It's like that area, and that's why it's kind of weird to see this the way it is, because this is when you watch movies right here, you're seeing all this water cascading over. So it kind of sucks when I see it on this day, but still pretty damn impressive for a low water day.
Come to think of it, the falls aren't the only things parched on this warm day. We are too, so now seemed like a good time to plop down for a beer and some solitude. Which is soon broken by the pesky arrival of the official nuisance of Iguazu. Meet the South American Cody, a raccoon-like creature equal parts cute and disturbing. They raid the trash cans and scavenge the picnic areas, eager for scraps from sloppy tourists. Shop owners try to shoo them away, but they never go far. The claws were enough for us to decide our time here was up, so it was time to say goodbye to these weird trash pandas and continue our journey downhill to the base of the Devil's Throat. This final leg of our epic Brazilian sightseeing tour, that is, takes us down a series of downhill paths where our tour guide shows us what these falls look like when the river is raging.
This is in 2019.
And that was just right there.
The end of 2019, yeah.
Still, even without all that water, it is a great view as we eventually reach river level, 30 stories below the falls, where an impossibly beautiful view awaits. Now, for just a second, feast your eyes on this panorama. From the falls to the floor, the ridges to the rainbow. I'm actually going to shut up for a little bit and let you just take this all in.
How often can you be having a conversation and that is what's behind you? This is so cool.
And this is a low water day. And you can tell in parts it is, but still one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
It looks like a movie set. It is stunning. It is one of the most amazing things I've seen. And I've been to 70 countries. You've been to more. It is really, really amazing. And the other thing is there's barely anybody here. So that is important. The secret is out. Come to Iguazu Falls.
As we and some others take in one last water level view of the falls, jockeying for the best selfie spot and the best portrait mode backdrop, it seems some South American tourists were actually taking in one last view of us. They were convinced I was a famous actor. Don't laugh.
Like almost every country I go to, people think I'm someone famous, and I don't know why that is. I guess I've just got that sort of familiar look. Like I went to the Philippines, and I swear to God, remember in the airport?
They thought you were Tom Cruise.
They thought I was Tom Cruise. These people all thought I was a Hollywood actor.
And he doesn't look anything like any of them.
I might be the same height as Tom Cruise, and that's about the only
Actually,
silver.
no, you're taller than him.
With my ego briefly inflated and then my bubble instantly burst, we head inside this building near the falls, up a tiny elevator, and straight to an outdoor platform where we stare one last time into the devil's throat. All right, now listen, we know TLC warned us not to chase these things. They pleaded with us to stick to the rivers and lakes we're used to, but we're going to have it our way, or nothing at all. And that means soaking up every last minute here at one of the wonders of the world, a place you need to visit immediately. At the confluence of Argentina and Brazil sits a South American sensation, and we can't wait to come back. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Window Seat. Please subscribe for more content like this as we continue our journey around the world. We've already hit 70 plus countries, and hit like and share too. Another Window Seat video goes live next Friday. Until then, be sure to watch one of these other videos from Window Seat.